All right, everybody, we are back getting ready for Game 7?
7.
Game 7 of the Star Wars tournament. Our next one will be Mark Walseth playing a Dark Side Bring Him Before Me deck, which I've been told is very interesting, which is why I allowed it to come on stream. And Joe Olson playing his No Idea deck that we may or may not have already seen in this.
I thought I saw it like round 1.
Yeah, it was the first game of the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. A lot of people wanted to see Walseth. It's his birthday, so we're going to put him on the stream.
Yeah, why not? Game 7.
And it's Game 7. Our next game will be a win and in sort of game. So, these guys are still in contention, so. Yes. Is it M-A-R-K or M-A-R-C?
Good question.
I think I got it right. The Minnesota people will correct me if it's wrong. All right. So we'll be getting underway here in just a minute or so for Game 7. We are almost through. Almost through. It's what, 6 o'clock local time? So yeah, we maybe even could have fit in a lunch break. Who knows?
It's nap time.
Nap time would be fine, or more board game time.
Yeah.
That noise was probably Casey yelling all the pairings out and stuff.
Yeah.
We also are in the hallway at a hotel, so occasionally there might be some background noise.
There's a few.
1 a.m. Thanks for sticking with us.
Who's at 1 a.m.?
Idea Track.
Holy
I
hell.
don't know who that is. They're probably
I
over
don't
in
know who
Europe
that is.
somewhere, I would guess.
Yeah. So, if you're playing in the fantasy team, there's a lot of people still alive. Like, let's see. Casey posted.
England. All right. Well, glad to have you. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends.
Kevin Shannon's number 2 right now? Wow.
Yeah. Shannon, I think, has only lost once.
Oh. Sheldon, Desai, Dennis, Reinhardt, David Woods, they're all, and Charlie. Charlie's 6-0.
Charlie's 6-0.
We got a bunch of 5-1s.
So
Got
he's
a
probably
bunch of
pretty
4-2s,
safe.
though.
Charlie is.
Like, I will say this though: if this game ended, Matt Olson or Joe Olson and Mark Walseth would both be in the finals, top
They're
8.
in the top 8 right now.
You're not playing, Justin? Oh, Desai versus Kessling? Oof. Remember, if you borrow cards off me, half your winnings is mine.
That's right.
All right, so looks like we're getting started here. We've got the typical start for No Idea. We've got, what is that starting effect? Is that like the weapon inconsequential losses?
I'm not sure.
One where you put like blasters back to use pile or whatever? All right, at least I've been, like I said, I've been told this Bring Him Before Me deck is interesting, so. What was the weirdest card someone had to borrow? I had to borrow someone a Crate Dragon Howl, but I guess since
Yeah.
that's the backing card for
Kira.
Kira, it's not that weird.
There they are.
There they are.
Yeah.
That's an interesting card.
Brad Reinhold borrowed. Literally, I had to build 2 decks for him.
Well, yeah, I built decks for Dorsch. Prepare for a surface attack V.
No. Actually, it might be.
Yeah, that is like the
Yeah.
Walker.
Yeah, because
card,
there's
right?
the Walker. There's the.
We're gonna look that card
That's
up.
the Hoth site.
Yeah, so he's doing the slip siding
Yeah.
away. AT
and it is
cannons.
inconsequential losses with a blaster rack.
All right, so at least this
So,
bringing before
yeah,
me
this is
isn't
definitely a Mark
like,
Walseth deck.
like the other ones that we've seen. So that's good at least.
I mean, no offense to Mark, but I got Joe on my fantasy team.
Where's all my Walseth crowd in
Right?
the chat? They were begging for him earlier. I finally gave you guys fed you
Give you
baby
what
birds.
you want, and you all disappear.
Yeah, it was what, Stanky Burger or something like that was his name?
Yeah.
Smelly Burger. Smelly Burger.
Smelly, skanky, same thing.
Right. Well, he could smell good, I guess.
I mean,
Probably not.
you know what? Let's get Casey over here. Our tournament director, Casey, Spidey guy who got dequalified for the fantasy tournament. Fantasy.
He's out.
Yeah.
I forgot to
He got
pick a
DQ'd.
team.
He got DQ'd, and Kevin Shannon also got DQ'd.
They pick.
They got Dairy Queen.
They picked too many teams.
No, they picked Kevin Shannon.
Oh. Kind of weird to see real people playing cards again. Yeah, I know, right? You bet you wish you were here.
Here, let's get you on the. We're gonna put you on to the stream for a few.
He is in the middle of running the tournament.
I gotta run the tournament, so I can't.
We'll just do a quick. We'll do a quick little hit here.
What's up, Internet?
All right, Casey. So, am I right in remembering that this is the first time you've run? I'm trying to interview. The first time you've run a major tournament. Is that correct?
Yes, I've run states and regionals, but never anything.
All right. So
like that.
how is it going so far?
Seems like it's going well. I owe a ton to the tournament software that we've had the last few years.
Yeah, that stuff's
and
great.
To this amazing group of volunteers that I've had. You, Dan, Brian Mishke, and our friend Ray, Mark
Ray
Walseth's
Skywalker?
girlfriend, who's been helping us out.
Yeah. So you having a good time? You enjoying yourself here doing nationals?
Oh yeah, I just get to sit back and watch 12 hours of Star Wars cards. What could be
We've
better?
actually done pretty well. It's only at 6:00.
So my
So-
goal was to get the tournament done in 10 hours. We probably are not going to hit that goal, but we could do 11.
Well, we had a fire alarm. We always have at least a 10, 20, 30 minutes late start because
Oh, the
everything-
camera's over here. I was looking at the wrong camera the whole
Oh,
time.
you're on. But
No, I know, but I was looking at the webcam and not the...
Yeah, that's fair. That's okay. And so yeah, we've gotten pretty good through the time. I don't think we've lagged too much. And so it's only 6. We still have this game and one more game. So yeah, we should be done by like 8:00 local time, give or take.
I'll tell you what, having done your job as well, you and Dan have the much more exhausting job of the two.
It's not as easy as it may look just sitting here talking about cards, but you do have to. It's an endurance contest.
Commentary is a grind, almost as much as playing is.
Right,
it's
yeah.
not a break.
So yeah, we have to try to do as much thinking, or around the same much thinking as the players are. We're trying to figure out what they're doing, just as much as they're trying to figure out what they're doing. So
How's this game going? What do we got?
we got No Idea versus Bringing Before Me. This is a weird Bringing Before Me deck. It starts prepare for a surface attack. It's got inconsequential losses. So this Bringing Before Me deck is bringing some stuff that is probably a little out of the normal.
This
Comfort
Bringing
zone.
Before Me deck, I've caught a few glimpses of it over the
Here's with the
course of the
Emperor.
afternoon. First of all, it plays Destiny 6 Emperor, which is a bit different from
The other ones, they're all running
the other
the
ones.
new
yeah.
Emperor.
But also, it is just a super high Destiny deck. It plays at least, I want to say, 5 or 6 copies of Imperial Artillery.
Okay, so that's a bunch of 7s,
Yep.
and maybe tries to win duels with that. And
Yeah, and probably Phantom Menace. It's got a bunch of 7s.
Okay. Yeah, definitely been fun watching these games. We've had a couple Bringing Before Me's, but this one is definitely out of the box. And yeah, we've had some really cool games. We've had a lot of old allies. That deck seems to be pretty strong in the meta right now, at least from what we've seen. So I'm excited to see who makes top 8. Charlie's probably punched a ticket with his 6-0 start.
Charlie's going to be in for sure, but he's the only one that we know for sure at this point. The question is whether or not a 5-3 is going to make it. I still maintain that at least one 5-3 is probably pretty likely to make the cut.
Okay.
And we've seen some good showings from some players that we maybe didn't expect. David Woods is having a fantastic
Yeah,
day.
we just had him with that No Idea deck against Kessling, and he won that one.
Matt Sperling is having a very good day, 4-2. I know a lot of people, sort of expected him to come in and do well. But still, it's your first major tournament.
Right. Yeah, we had a little quick hit with him earlier after he won his game on stream.
Have you guys also had the problem with all these flies?
This is the first time we're really getting it, honestly.
All day. We're really getting. Yeah, I feel like Mike Pence right now with like the fly. I don't know if I should brush it off or if I should just leave it on.
All of the collective dude sweat is starting to attract
exactly.
flies. But all right, well, thank you, Casey, for spending a few times. We appreciate all of your hard work getting this tournament run and keeping everybody on time and getting pairings out and doing all the rulings. It's definitely not an easy job, I'm sure. So
well, thank you, Jerry, and we appreciate your help as well.
Thank you, man. Keep it going. 2 games. We're almost there. Thanks, buddy. All right, so thanks, Casey, for hanging out for a second. So Joe's pulling his sights, got the beach out, got Docking Bay out. Walseth got the Emperor out, and I'm guessing that's the Hoth site with slip-siding away. Hard to tell. Maybe it's a foil or something. Third marker. Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was the Hoth site. I just didn't know which one. Excuse me. Hanshui and the Falcon from Joe. Hoth Docking Bay. Wouldn't that be attached to the Hoth site over there? Alright, so Joe puts out the Hanshui and the Falcon and looks at just another Docking Bay, and that's it. Doesn't look like he has much force saved. No force saved from what I can tell. Walseth goes searching for something and doesn't find it. We're going to get a good look at Walseth's deck here. Artillery, Point Man, couple sights, artillery, Sith Probe Droid, artillery, Blizzard 4s times 3. Wow, that's a very interesting looking Bring It Before Me deck. Lots of Imperial artilleries. I didn't see too many actual like weapons though. Maybe he's got a lot of them in his hand. Pulls I Have You Now. I don't think I saw any space. Yeah, it always is a bummer if you accidentally have to give up Verify, especially if you're playing a gimmicky sort of deck that you don't want to reveal what it's doing. I've definitely felt that before, where you're playing something that you don't want them to, even if you're just playing like Sense and Alter or whatever, and you don't want them to pull the Sense shield. But alright, so Walseth goes for the Blizzard 4. I imagine he might like pull Vader or somebody with that. Trooper Sabik. What pulls did he miss? I don't know what he was actually pulling, to be fair. I imagine, does Prepare for a Surface Attack V pull things? Because I imagine it might have been that. Or he was pulling maybe with, well, he pulled with Crush the Rebellion, but he got the I Have You Now. I don't know what the other pull was for. Maybe it was for a Force Lightning with the Emperor. Those are my best guesses, just based on what I can see. I don't know off the top of my head what Prepare for a Surface Attack. Did he just not download with Blizzard 4? That's interesting. Or didn't have a character? An Imperial character? I would find that hard to believe, but So prepare for a surface attack says during a control phase may upload a vehicle weapon without lost in-game text, a Hoth device, or a Hoth epic event. So maybe he was trying to pull with that and didn't get a gun. Say, like I said, I didn't feel like I saw any guns, green cards in that reserve deck. Oh, and Joe played perimeter scan. Okay, nice catch. Yeah, Blizzard 4 still would get 2 destinies with the Emperor's power. Yeah, Dan wanted a little bit of a break, I think. I took one last round, so I think I owe him one. Alright, so Mark goes for the security tower. More sights. Got to get the force icons out. Yeah, that perimeter scan was pretty big, now that we know that that's what caused Blizzard 4 not to download anything. And then Joe's gonna play the Tantive up in space. Yeah, I haven't seen too much space from Walseth, but so I wonder how much Joe's gonna commit to space without knowing what Mark has. Alright, looking at Joe's hand, I saw Luke, I saw a projection of a Skywalker, which, there it goes on the site, the Hoth site, just like someone in chat predicted it would. And then Joe puts down the Admiral's Order, the combined fleet action, so that will limit destinies and battles at the Scarif sites, or any system Joe happens to control. Alright, it's a little bit of a slow start. We'll see if they end up getting into some action here. We did already see Joe Olson in the very first game of the day with this light side deck, so we do apologize for that, but a lot of people wanted to see Mark Walseth, his birthday boy. We kind of had a little celebration for him, and he's a Hall of Fame Star Wars CCG member, so we wanted to give him his due diligence here. So there comes the Cloud City site, and now the Hoth site Hoth Docking Bay does get attached. That was bugging me. They were related sites. Okay, there is an AT-AT cannon. Alright. So now the AT-AT cannon is on Blizzard 4 at the Hoth site. So I imagine we'll start seeing some Imperial artilleries. Joe probably saw all those in the reserve deck, and is going to save his grabber for that, because Imperial artillery is an insane card for a used interrupt. If you just have a non-lightsaber weapon at a battleground you control, you can use artillery to ping a damage, and it's a Destiny 7 used interrupt. Alright, so I think Vader also is deployed now there with the Walker. Oh, Dan's back. I think I have you muted. Dan's back.
I'm back.
All right, so Joe now still hasn't put any characters to the ground, so I wonder if he's saving them for something special or if he's just going to start doing his own thing. I just wonder who wins this game if they ignore each other.
So we got the Emperor at the throne room. Anything really happen?
He's got Blizzard 4 with an AT-AT cannon at the ice planes with Vader there. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's not something you see every day. But now that Joe got to verify his deck and saw all the artilleries, so Joe will definitely grab artillery. Hey, Smelly Burger, just for you. We put Walseth on. Now this is a top 10 matchup players in this tournament, so Mark's playing well, Joe's playing pretty well. Whoever wins this has a pretty good chance of making, because they would be a 5-2 player. So,
of course, whoever doesn't win has to hope for something.
Yeah, Joe does have Menace Fades. I don't know if he's deployed it yet. Now he controls. He gets Baze down to the Stardust data vault.
Yeah, being that Mark has so many AT-ATs, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, now he's going blue 11 also to the beach. Didn't actually see a ton of actual AT-ATs in Walseth's reserve deck when we verified. It was just a bunch of Blizzard 4s. It was like 3 or 4 copies of Blizzard 4.
So here's the question. What do you think is the bigger surprise right now? Dennis being 5-1?
Well, it wouldn't be 5-1.
Huh?
Okay, he's 5-1?
He's 5-1.
So his only loss being his first game?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the other one?
Or Harpster losing to Batmouse.
I think I'm more surprised at Dennis for sure. Dennis is a good player, but especially the way his day started to win your next 5 games, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Joe also puts Luke down. He takes a Stardust, moves everybody over.
Flips.
He's gonna flip. He's got the blue 11, the POW, the Luke, the Stardust, and Baze.
Yeah, that's pretty formidable.
And then he's got Honshu and Falcon and Tantive. So
Menace Phase is out. I mean, Walseth's going to be able to do a ping of 1 with prepared for a surface attack.
No, that doesn't do any damage.
This doesn't do any damage? I'm thinking the other one?
Yeah, it's the nuts. This is the virtual one. This one just... This one pulls the guns and the devices and stuff. So yeah. The other one is the one that lets you pull the Hoth system or whatever. Yeah. And so now there's also projection of a Skywalker on the Hoth site. So there's no... The drain -1 and the force drain being canceled, bonus being canceled, means that's a drain of 0. And now Joe's doing 2 at the beach, 1 at the thing, at the system, and then 1 with the Stardust. So it's 4-0 in the damage race right now.
Luke's out, so...
Luke's out and Vader is elsewhere. Yeah, things like that do happen every once in a while. Harpster also beat you when drawing an 8-card hand after playing a 12-card starting interrupt. So
True.
That happened. I was there. So you never know what can happen in this silly game.
This is a silly, silly game. I mean, look at half the cards that we've made recently. Like, seriously, what is our D&D advocate thinking with all the stuff that he's putting through?
I'll let you take the lead on this one because I know it's your game that you have with Chris Kelly. I just saw him in chat.
Well, I will say this though, he is dodging me to, like.
I love the new card. I think the VSET 15 was really good.
Well, I'm not saying it isn't, but what I'm saying is Chris Kelly was supposed to come out here, and we were supposed to do our little challenge between each other because he won the first one and I dominated him in the second one.
Caps lock.
So we need to figure out when we're gonna finalize this to see, because whoever's
I'm sure
the
he'll
ghost,
be at Worlds.
yeah. If he goes, he might just be too afraid to play me.
I don't know about that. Chris Kelly's a lot better than you are. I'm not afraid to say that sitting right next to you. As far as I know, we had some Rescue the Princess last night, but I haven't seen anybody playing it today. I think maybe people just didn't have enough time to find the best build, but I definitely saw at least one being played for the team event last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was the new deck that came out with VSET 15. It looks pretty fun. There's a lot of cards that they virtualized to specifically fit that theme. So definitely people will come up with some good builds of that, I'm sure. Yeah, today is light side is OA is the top deck. You lost, Fat Mouse?
You're
3 and 4?
and 3?
Fat Mouse
3 and
lost.
4. You won?
No, I lost.
He was 3 and 3, and now he's
Oh,
now he's
what
3 and 4.
happened?
Oh, he didn't draw that thing, and he stranded the guy, and then put him for 17. I bet.
Oh, wait,
You're
you
fine.
did or he did?
No, he did. He woke me for 17. Well,
You stranded, yeah. You know when it's a counter beat.
Bad mouse.
which if I had stayed off the ground,
What deck was it?
I would have. Mine.
Oh, you lost with your deck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
I would have run him in the.
Bat Mouse lost with a Bat Mouse deck.
Surprise, surprise.
Mouse is also one with that on deck, so.
Yeah. Apparently everybody can beat Steve Harpster today.
I think he's got 2 wins.
I don't know.
So Walseth plays a drop V, or that's his lost pile. He lost a drop V. Yeah, it definitely does seem like a weird deck.
I mean, it kind of looks like it was made for like an OA.
Doesn't have any space though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It looks like it's trying to be. It probably has some crazy combo that it can pull off, and like. Batmouse, we need more sealed leagues.
Bat Mouse lost to Yawn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now Jan's 4 and 3.
Yeah.
So you play test with Walseth for weeks and he changes it before he comes here. Yeah, well, I guess he did. I'll take your word for it.
Apparently Pierre's saying I look better than Chris Kelly. Pierre, do you need new glasses, man? No offense. Okay, there's the bright hope. So yeah,
He's stacking space as if
Yeah.
Walseth has space, but I don't think he needs to do this. But
are you sure Walseth has no space?
I don't think I saw any spaceships in the one verify I saw. But
Yeah.
I mean,
he could have something in his hand. He's just waiting.
I suppose.
Okay, so
There's
Willard's going
Willard.
down to
The
is it the Cloud
side.
City?
Yeah,
the Cloud City Tower.
security tower. Looks like a deck Aaron Kingery would make. Yep,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
absolutely
100%.
right about that. 100%.
And I'm sorry, anybody who wears a Yankees hat is just wrong.
It also goes with one of the other spies there. I forget that one.
Saw coming down, and that's Melshi going down to with Willard. Yeah, I think Joe is content on spreading out his forces right now, and I think that's the best way for him to win this game.
Yep, I think.
I mean,
Joe's
I don't
doing all
know,
the
like-
damage.
I hate to say it, I don't know what Walseth is doing.
You're not alone in that.
Okay,
You're not alone.
at least it's both of us. 'Cause Joe's got to be thinking to himself, like after that, like, what kind of deck is this? Because what did you see? Did you see any like big characters?
I mean, there's the typical Vader stuff, but
Yeah.
we verified pretty early on, and it was like a lot of artilleries, a lot of Blizzard 4s, and some red cards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see anything that was like super crazy except for the AT-AT stuff. But I feel like it's just Blizzard Force. It's not any other AT-ATs.
Yeah.
I think he's like maybe he tries to like bait you into grabbing other cards and then wants to play artilleries, but that's not that's a it's not
Yeah.
typically a way you want to win games.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I have you now and bring him before me. Yeah, especially since Luke is usually captive. I kind of agree with you. Does he have like a Forlom maybe to like circulate it?
Okay, so there's
There's
a
the
probe
probe
droid.
droid because Luke's there, so he's gonna.
But my only problem with this move is because look, Vader's.
Vader's at the Hoth site.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can transport Vader over there, but you want to reinforce because Vader can just get smacked on a counter beat. I mean, we know that Joe is running the sand effect. In
Can
the
you
deck.
use two different? He's got two probe droids. Can you use one to get there and then one to get back or something? I don't know how that works.
I don't think
I've
so.
played Bring It Before Me like once in a
Yeah.
tournament, so my knowledge of it is not as good as it should be. This is game 7, so I think that should answer your
Okay, so
question.
Luke is now captured. So Walseth will be losing, and I guess he can.
He must be able to. Yeah.
But I mean, there's no cards on inconsequential losses, so he's just going to start
Just gonna
trying
start.
to
If you
deal.
win the duel, then you do deal 3 damage. So that's maybe what Justin Desai could have done.
Yep, and
against
that's what happened. Looked like Mark won the deal
Yep,
or the
the
duel.
duel. And you have to lose 2 force, 3 force whenever that happens.
So I wonder if you can relocate. It's an unlimited move with
You're
the
using
droids.
you're using one droid one for one move, and then you're using the other droid for the other move.
Yeah, but is relocating like that an unlimited move?
It's not relocating. I think unlimited moves doesn't play into it because it's basically just you're using one droid to do the one. It's Vader's movement doesn't come into it because he's not
Okay.
using his own movement. He's just using other things.
Gotcha. See
Yeah.
how that makes sense. Now the other thing is, I mean, Joe is playing a ton of spies, so
But yeah, when you have to pay more to go to the Death Star 2 throne room.
yeah. But I mean, you're doing a lot of damage.
And then like he has Force Lightning in hand, so like a lot of
Yeah.
he might get the first response to like Force Lightning the dude,
Yeah.
and then he has to. So who knows?
Charlie is playing map and OA, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it says counts as a regular move. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess the pro droids don't. So. Yeah, there you go. That's a good
So
example. 'Cause
2,
Yoda
2,
says may
1,
move to a
5,
site as a
6
regular
points
move.
damage from Joe this turn.
Yeah, and it's all free.
Yeah. I mean, Mark should be doing what?
So now I guess now this is at the point of Mark's deck is he wants to use all those 7s that are in his deck to just win a duel every turn.
Yeah.
So it's just a bring him deck that is really trying hard to win the duels and then convert Luke. That's its mission in life.
I don't know if you're Joe though.
Joe doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, he probably has a Hujix in hand. The only site he's vulnerable at is the 2-0.
Yeah. I mean, you could theoretically spread to like the Hoth docking bay, drain some there. You could drain some at the data vault. You just want to do as much quick damage as you can.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's doing fine. Like you said, he's already got 6 damage rolling per turn, and he's getting 0 done to him.
Well, 3 from
Except
the
for
duel.
the duel. I mean, which he could randomly win one here and there.
Yeah.
But Walseth does have a lot of 7s, so. Oh, yeah, and there's 1 damage from the Bring Him Before Me objective.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So 7 points of damage. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep, Joe doesn't need to do anything different than what he's doing. So,
See a Shirut in his hand. See another character, 2 red cards. So. And he could put some of his cards out of play to do a regular move. to drain at the data vault.
You could do
And
that.
keep doing that every
Could do
turn.
that. I mean, he might not actually have enough characters in
Yeah.
Lost Pile to
Well, I know he's
place
got
out of
one.
play. He's got one, so we can maybe do that one time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hasn't had to lose anybody yet or lose
Yeah.
very much force yet. So
And he throws down General Riken, so
maybe he has a counter assault. Ooh,
Oof.
that would be pretty
Yeah.
intense at the beach potentially, especially with all those sevens. That's a pretty
Yeah.
good point there, Kimmy.
well, there's
Jimmel.
a card that cancels it. I want to say, right?
Counter assault.
Yeah.
There's even a. Yeah, it's Hear Me Baby Hold Together, or
Yeah.
one of those cards, I think, cancels it. No issues with time? I don't know. I think we're good on time.
No. Just looking at the matchup right now.
Yeah, and usually when we're close to time, there's a bunch of people milling about in our lobby because they finished their games and
Yeah.
no one's out here. So, pretty sure we're pretty good on time. We should probably have started a timer out here just to keep track, but you can't use counter assault when no idea is flipped. Probably not. I don't know. I never played in a tournament with no idea either, so.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, you're right.
Walseth drew as a sight for a duel. He lost that duel, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
He drew a sight.
Yeah. Can't cancel if Stardust is on a spy. Put him in. Not cancel your force drain at Battlegrounds.
Okay. Because, yeah, that is a canceling of a
Yeah.
force drain. Cool.
So he can cancel it at the
other
security
side.
tower. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Walseth lost that duel because he drew a sight and something else,
Yeah.
and Joe drew 2 5s.
that's
You
a
don't
good
need to
point.
do tracking if you have 7 copies of Imperial Artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he has 7, but he definitely has a lot.
Yeah, you can tell Joe's Italian clearly.
I'm going to let you answer that one.
The PC cannot afford me, Paul.
All right. So it's still Walseth's turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because Joe put a card down with Willard. Tons of flies around here.
I only started noticing them recently.
Yeah.
It's probably just because
it's-
all the dudes sweat.
Well, it's also gotten a lot warmer.
Yeah,
It's
today
almost.
was-
It's kind of treading on Dagobah Worlds.
No.
Yeah.
No. This is a lot better than Dagobah Worlds.
I don't know about that.
Marco Polo.
I mean, never mind. Not gonna go there.
All right, I wonder if they're talking about something because I feel like
Life force counts, maybe?
nothing's happened. Yeah, but
Like-
it's definitely not time. We would have heard him call time.
I mean,
I feel like they're rules questioning or something.
yeah.
We are at the Crown Plaza in Denver Airport area.
Yeah, it's definitely not the crown jewel of the
No,
Denver hotels.
but they had space and gave us a good deal, and we're here. And most everybody is making the most of it. Some people say it's not that great, but hey, we're here.
Well, I know Bill Kafer had an issue.
Well, whatever. Bill Caper always has issues. No, it's fun. It's been just fine. I've been at worse locations for
we all
Star Wars
have.
tournaments. So let's just
We're,
leave it at that.
it's not the worst. It's not the best. Honestly, like I think I like the Hampton from Seattle.
Yeah, the indoor tournament.
That
was
one's really good. It's solid.
Yeah,
Like we haven't had any issues there.
I think just this hotel is a little bit older, but it has the similar vibe to the indoor one to me.
Well, I mean, at least the indoor one you get a free breakfast.
Free breakfast is cool,
Yeah.
but
And I mean, the Hyatt's always nice, but my problem with the Hyatt is the rooms are a little small. You don't get a fridge. Like
yeah,
here, you at least get a fridge.
fridge. Okay, looks like things are getting back to normal here.
Mm-hmm.
People are playing cards.
Cards
Looks
are being
like
slung.
Joe put out the Endor Commando Squadron dudes.
Yeah, I mean, Mark's not really doing a lot. That's the problem.
He's not doing
And
anything.
Joe's only got a lost pile that has 4 cards. So Joe is putting a lot of cards on the table, though.
So force push from Walseth, maybe.
Yeah. We've gotten pins. There are playmats. Actually, you know what? No, the cool swag that everybody got were these, the Holo Theater Hero stuff. You might have gotten a signed card by Jerry, or Chris
Oh,
Kelly,
boy.
or Scott.
Or you might even get a rock.
Yeah, you could get a rock.
Dwayne and the Rock Johnson virtual.
Yeah. Bill K for the Rock Johnson.
Bill Caper's rocking a muscle shirt right now.
is.
Showing off his guns.
Look at him.
We didn't even have to pay tickets to that gun show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've-
we did have
we have seen those.
Werfs has given those out to anybody who beats him. It's it could be Werfs and it's Werfs. So those ones are fire. But you got to beat Werfs to get one, which isn't the easiest thing to do. So
No. I mean, if you were going to play Harpster, yeah, I could see that. But who wants a Harpster card?
no, Harpster doesn't have a card. No one says it's Harpster, or it could be Harpster.
Yeah. The playmats are going to be given out tomorrow. Seen some t-shirts. We got t-shirts. We got pins. I'm trying to think what
Yeah,
else.
all sorts of foils. We've got some artist Jeffrey John stuff to give
Yeah.
away.
Hey Matt. So 4-2. You're 5-2. Matt Sperling is currently 5-2.
Okay.
Let's see who he played. He was playing Bill Kafer.
Ah, bummer.
Yep, that knocks Bill out of it.
Potentially.
No, Bill's he was like 4-3.
Casey's saying that there might be 1, 5, and 3. That makes sense.
Well, no, I'm saying
So-
Bill was 4-3.
Oh, so now
No.
This is the 7th game.
yeah,
He's either 4 and 3 or he's 3 and 4.
Yeah, one of the two. I'm
Okay. No, it's 1, 5, and 3 might still make it according to Casey.
Yes.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he's accurate about that. I haven't looked at the standings very much.
I mean, we've only got one undefeated, so
Yeah.
and they're currently still playing, I want to say. But how about that run by Charlie so far?
Charlie's done really well. The one
Right.
game that we saw him play was against Desai, and he had it pretty well in hand.
Yeah.
He had so many leaderships in that freaking deck. That's how he won. Just having so many leaderships. All right, so Joe's just reinforcing his 2-0 site with Cassian and Ray.
Yeah,
He's going to use Ray to get the sand card, I think, is what that one is.
I think that's the card to get too. No, I haven't seen Charlie smoke anything. Maybe he's done some edibles, but
Haven't seen him.
yeah.
Not paying attention, though. Yep. So, that's, his lost pile, Walseth's lost pile is in a weird spot where it makes it look like Blizzard 4 is at the Scarif system. So that's fun.
And the other card's coming down.
So
Is
it's
that
gonna-
Beaumont Kit?
He's gonna battle the.
The Blizzard 4?
Smelly Burger. Do you have a different username that you go by that I would be more familiar with? Or a name that you feel like saying?
Who are you?
Who is Smelly Burger?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I don't really care about all that.
I do.
Nope, he doesn't. Okay. He's just a Smelly Burger. Yeah, you're probably not playing any space if you have your lost pile sitting right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I saw any space when we got that early verify anyway, but that's why I kind of thought it was weird that Joe went pretty hard at the system with cards. I mean, it's not differential, so it doesn't really matter, but... Yeah, Blizzard 4 is non-unique, and it also is a, spaceship. Because there's one at Hoth, and
It
there's
can go
one at
anywhere.
Scarif.
Yeah.
Sith
Does
Fury.
whatever it wants to.
Oh, is this Sith Fury non-V?
That is Sith Fury non-V.
That one does something weird.
It does. Sith Fury non-V. During a battle, lose one of your lightsabers in that battle to cause all non-unique
I
aliens
think it's
present.
the lost one.
If a duel is initiated,
Yeah.
draw 2 destiny. Opponent draws 3. If the player with the lowest total loses the duel, that player
Yeah.
loses 6
Okay.
force.
So he drew a 5, a
5,
and a 2, I think.
Yeah, so that's 12 and 2 sevens. And
So now he's going to initiate the duel and cause 9 force loss instead of 3 or whatever if
Yeah.
Joe loses.
that was big.
Oh, I guess maybe. Let's see.
Good tracking by Mark.
Yep, Joe's losing a bunch of cards.
That
Maybe
was
this
a-
was like the combo that Walseth was trying to set up. Is to do the Sith Fury non-V.
Yeah. I mean,
This is how he wanted to win the game. Okay, well. I think he got off to a pretty slow start then.
yeah.
Maybe we didn't get his probe droids, so he couldn't steal Luke and do this stuff.
Yeah, that was rough for Joe.
Yeah, but I think Joe's still fine. He's gonna plow him for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one with the Stardust, and so like. Yeah, that was 9 force loss. 3 from losing the duel because of bringing before me, or the,
I mean, it is a
Conflict
lost
card or whatever.
interrupt, so.
and then Sith Fury lost because he won the wager that you make with that card or whatever whatever you'd call it. The opponent gets to draw 3 destiny, and you draw 2, and if you win, whoever has the lowest total loses 6 force if they lose the ensuing duel. That's how that one works. Yeah, I've messed around with dueling decks with Sith Fury. That stuff's crazy. It's definitely very swingy. It's like you either win the game with it, or you're like, well, I spent all this time trying to do that, and now I can't win, which I think is where Walseth's at.
Well, I
but
mean, the nice thing is Joe still has his Walkman retrieval.
Joe has that.
Oh.
Yeah, now he would probably do the data vault thing. Where you move a character over, drain there. Yeah, I think that's probably what he's doing, yep.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like Tarn Far is on the ship.
But at least, Walseth has his entire lost pile holding down the Scarif system.
Yeah. So I heard you beat Batmouse. by him making a bat mouse mistake.
I got on the field. Don't try to outdust his Chinese character.
Mm.
Get that little crap out of it.
Yeah, apparently that deck only plays this dark side deck only plays 5 characters.
That's insane.
Plays probe droids, Vader, and Emperor.
That's insane. There's
Alright.
Beaumont Kit.
Okay.
And now that Joe has more 10 or more cards in his lost pile, it's going to be a drain of 1 or a drain of 2 there.
Okay, right.
So,
Potentially, yeah, he lost all those 9 force, so yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely has 10 or more. They're dueling. Or they're doing another. He's doing a Sith Fury non-V again.
oh God.
Okay.
This could be it. Jeez. I mean, looks like Joe does have more than 9 cards. And he grabs.
Artillery.
Okay.
This Sith Fury non-V deck is pretty crazy.
Yeah, this looks fun. Like, I know if I build one on Gemp, I'm going to get just wrecked. But
Mark Walseth.
looked like Joe drew triple fives, though. So 15 is greater than 14.
Oh, okay, but he still lost the duel, so he had to lose 3.
Yeah, but Walseth had to lose 6.
Oh, Walseth had to lose 6.
Yeah.
That's right, because it makes. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's cute.
That's huge.
That's the death blow, probably, because then
Yeah.
he's going to do all his damage. And.
Well, I mean, it's not an auto loss because Luke is he comes in as a frozen captive.
You only lose 6 if you lose the duel.
Yeah. Oh.
So maybe he lost.
Wow.
the
No,
duel.
no. So you.
This is just his damage that he's taking because of the control phase. But yeah, so.
Wow.
'Cause I feel like he
okay.
would have lost because I don't feel like Walseth has anymore.
No.
He doesn't have a ton of force to lose at this point.
Joe has 9. Walseth has 5. So Joe.
Lost all red cards.
Oh. Wait.
So does he have another Sith Fury
4.
non-V?
I doubt it. He's only
No,
got 4.
because you have to draw all these extra cards. You're just going to duel.
Yeah. 4 now. Okay. So Mark has 4 in his deck to Joe's 9.
Joe's going to have to lose 3 to this duel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, diff doesn't matter, so.
Yeah, there's no diff in this tournament, or at least in this portion, because it's the strength of schedule Swiss.
Yep, there it is. We have a handshake.
Okay.
So
that's a
it
win
looks
for
like Joe sneaks out of that one. Do you want to go grab him?
We already had Joe, so
Let's ask him about this game though, because this is like a weird. You interview him.
all right, if we must. I don't know. It is a large one. Extra family size. I don't know. So it looks like they're having a lengthy discussion with themselves about how that game went. So it's not surprising. That was a crazy one. Yeah, they just had a handshake. Walseth lost. Oh no, I don't know how well that one goes. It's close. It's almost there. Okay. No, yeah, that's actually better. You were already on. All right, Mark. So if you wouldn't mind taking a seat here, we have a little headset for you. So,
You get the official. You're the guy from Wayne's World.
first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
How's it going for you so far? You having a good time today?
Oh, I am absolutely having a blast. Absolutely having a blast here.
Awesome.
You know, my goal was to go 4-4.
Okay,
and
you're right along there.
I'm right along those,
Right along that
yep,
path?
Yep. So I'm quite pleased, and my 2 losses are to my teammates. So that's always
Okay.
good. That's always good. So I'm really just trying to win so that those guys can get the better SOS.
There you go.
So I still
Gotta
have
help
something.
the-
I still have something to play
Support
for.
the team. Float all the boats.
I still have something to play for.
So yeah, we've had people all day wanting us to get you on the stream. So
Really?
We finally squeezed you in there, and we got to see that crazy Bring Him Before Me deck.
That-
So what?
I can't imagine the commentating that was going
Yeah,
on there.
it was a little weird at first. We were kind of wondering what was going on at the beginning with the AT-AT cannons and the Blizzard 4s. There was hardly any characters in there. So maybe just kind of talk us through how you kind of what your idea with that deck was, and it kind of almost worked for you at the end there, huh?
Do you know what the life force was on him at the end?
It was like what 6-4, 6 to. We had someone was texting us on here. Joe has 9, Walseth has 5, so it was super close there. You finally got your combos to work, right?
So, number one, I want to give full credit. I believe originally, this is a Johnny Chu deck.
Okay,
So,
not surprised.
I believe originally I heard about him using non-V Sith Fury and doing a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
I never saw the deck list, but I know that was his concept.
Okay.
So I wanted to give him
Absolutely.
credit for
yeah.
just
Johnny's
the concept.
he's a legend.
Yes, without a doubt. So that's the idea that I want to play with. I built this deck on Tuesday because I wanted to play Emperor's Orders, and I play tested it for 2 weeks, getting ready here, and by the end, it was just like, this deck is terrible. Like I don't care how many versions I make of this deck, it's not gonna work.
Right.
And then
sometimes you have to go through that, all
Yeah.
the iterations.
Yes. And then so Tuesday, then I scrapped it. Spent like 8 hours deck building. Couldn't make anything. I went from ISB to normal Bring Him Before Me to back to Emperor's Order. And then got to the next day, started deck building again. And finally, you know what? Johnny Chu's Sith Fury.
crazy idea.
Let's do it. Let's do this. How can we make this work? And I built it and I play tested it 3 times. Out of the 3 times I playtested against Sam Olson and who was the other person I played against? Logan and one Brando.
Okay.
And 3 people from my former students.
Yep.
And
I think we had a few of them in the Twitch chat. They were the
Yeah.
ones cheering you on and
Yeah.
asking us to get you on here. So we had a few of those guys. For
so
sure.
I lost to two of the 3 games I lost, and the two that I lost, both of them stormed my throne room, and I'm
Some
like,
spies or something.
yes, and I'm so like they overflow me and like scoop and okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So
you
like,
just, you
how do
can't
I
get
stop
off the
this from
ground.
happening?
Right.
And so I went with the old school emperor that could force lightning their spy. That's
No.
why I wasn't using the good emperor.
Well, yeah, that we actually kind of were thinking about that because
Yep.
the Force Lightning can maybe stop the spy that gets
That's
there.
exactly what I had because I
And
had 2
then-
losses because of that.
Okay, all right. And so, what is up with like the walker stuff? Is that just to sort of set up a site and maybe do a ping if they grab something other than artillery, or?
Yep. So the
Okay.
whole concept of you have to get Vader out like ASAP. You just got to do it.
That's like with the 4 Blizzard 4s come into hand or whatever.
Yes. And so you just got to get Vader out there, and then they're gonna get their Luke, bring it before me, and then eventually you gotta get your probe droids, and you gotta
Right.
go do it. And then once that's set up, you gotta start tracking those.
So
sevens.
what slowed you down in this one? Was it just not
The
getting
blind
the probe
draws?
droids,
Well,
or-
Joe verified my deck. Turn 1.
We saw that.
And I'm like, okay,
We
I
saw
lose.
that,
Okay,
yeah.
I lose. I'm
You
like,
definitely
he's
made a
gonna know
mention
I've
of
got
that when you
no
watched.
characters and like can just do whatever he wants.
Because was it when you were pulling with Blizzard 4 to get a character and you can?
No, I was pulling to get the guns.
Oh, okay.
The crazy effect, I start pulls
Okay,
the guns.
that's what. Yeah, okay,
and
gotcha.
during my control phase, and it's nice because they forfeit for 3. Blizzard 4 is a beast and bring him before me.
Right,
Honestly,
of
draws 2,
course.
especially if your destiny's high enough.
Right, which
And-
yours is usually with
yeah,
all those 7s.
And then you got a forfeit of like 7 there between Blizzard 4 and the guns, maybe even 8.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that
should
early
be okay.
verify, we were definitely wondering because I was looking for spaceships. I was looking for certain things to see, where the game is going to tilt on. But
Yeah, so I thought the game was over right there. I'm like, oh, awesome.
Of
Just
course,
verified.
well, I thought the Sith Furies were,
Vs.
Vs.
Everyone- yeah,
because,
yeah.
that's a good card too. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for chatting with us for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a great time.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming out, man. I hope you're having as much fun as we are.
I'm having a great time. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thanks for checking us out, being on there.
Yeah, have a good time.
Appreciate you, bro. I've been talking a lot today.
I'm sure.
It is. It's not just easy, for sure. All right, guys, we're at the end of this game, so we'll have a little bit of a break, and we'll be back with you in just a few. And I will ask him if he plays Counter Assault when I see him in just a minute. And thank you for Jedi JR to subscribe. 8 months in a row. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be back with our next, our final game of the evening. And we'll get you the top 8 and let you know what's going on for tomorrow and stuff. So we'll see you in a bit. Thanks, guys.